10 seconds remaining.
Day, and it all comes down to this final draft. An Animate's last pick for Team Random. You said the last time Death Prophet was the winner for Team Random.
Yeah.
You feeling the same confidence from this last pick?
I'm not completely sure. It has some good things, there's some bad things. So obviously Alchemist can have a lot of mana pool. It's a great mana void target. He's great at split pushing. It's going to be difficult for OG to actually get across the map and do what they want to do. But on OG's side, they have a ridiculous amount of entangles. Basically, they've got Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, they do.
They've got a tree. They've got an Ember Spirit, and they've also got Legion Commander Duel. So there's a lot of ways to deal with the AM. I feel like if OG gets a little ahead in the early game, I feel like they can just pressure the crap out of the anti-mage for a long time.
What about the early part of our draft? We had the pickup of the Furion, I think was the most interesting because we had the Treant Protector, Monkey King, obvious trading, you know, whatever was going to be first pick on one side, second on the other. But the Furion, second pick by Team Random, is definitely one of the more interesting pickups. What is the thought process, you think, behind grabbing this hero against OG?
I think it's something that EG ran earlier was Monkey King with Treant, or maybe not Monkey King with Treant, but basically they'll look around, they'll set up a kill, Treant can help out, or not Treant, Nature's Prophet can TP in, help out, get kills. He's also very good in the lane, which is, I think, another reason why OG opened with Crystal Maiden as their third pick. Very good at killing Treants in the early game. So I think it definitely has some good potential here. But Team Random, their split push is very good. Their split gank, sort of gank across the map thing is very good as well. So I don't know. We'll see how the lanes work out. Legion Commander, his lane is going to be what? Just typical off-lane stuff. It's going to be tough versus a Monkey King Rubik, that's for sure.
Yeah, Monkey King is one of the... No, we're not saying one of. He is the best zoning support out there, right? Like Jingo Mastery, there's no offlaner that can really stand up to that one. So if he wants to, he can level that up, keep the Legion Commander zoned out, in which case the Treant Protector has to maybe offset that, and they do a dual offlane of some kind. Look at that. Faith Beyond. Get cheeky with it.
Very wise to do this. What it basically does is stacks up the waves so that when they actually do meet, they're going to end up pushing. And No Tail's going to have to tank the creep wave under tower. And he actually doesn't have a Stout Shield just yet. He needs about 20 gold. So this could cost him a little bit of HP. But ultimately, he's just done for the purpose of getting himself gold. And yes, he's just going to summon trees at the shrine in the meantime and guarantee some farm while he waits for the creeps to show up.
Awesome. I mean, we saw the same kind of level 1 play from him on the Bat Rider, right, where he was able to pull one of those creep waves. It seems like Faith Beyond has a knack for being able to ensure himself that basic amount of farm in the first few minutes of the game. OG are still, they're trying to work around with this pull system here, see if they can actually get the creep wave to not push into Faith Beyond, but I highly doubt it will be successful. In the mid lane, we do have Ana facing up against Blink, Lina versus Ember Spirit, with some potential additional support from Jerix on the OG side, and then that roaming duo of Rubik and the Monkey King. Obviously, the Lina should have an advantage here against the Ember Spirit, not just because of the one-on-one matchup, but also I feel like you have better supports to roam around. Not sure if this Treant Protector can really roam on to mid all that effectively.
Yeah, he actually came out the worst possible timing there. He aggroed the creep wave, which means he needs to walk these to the mid lane now. I mean, it was his initial movement was mostly to sap the experience gain from Nature's Prophet on the Alpha Wolf camp, but slight mistake for him to show up there. Now he wastes a lot more of his time.
Look at Ice playing around with the mischief. Legion Commander, I like what S4 is doing here. Manning up and is actually going to fight this Jingo Mastery. It is not that much lifesteal at level 1, and S4 does have a source of lifesteal of his own. Moment of courage, but maybe he stepped out a bit too far. Ooh. Shadow unable to finish him off, and to get another good round of nukes, S4 will pop that shrine. A very efficient use of it.
Yep, and that's basically the advantage that S4 has here, is that he's got a shrine in addition to his poor man's shield combo. And his base armor is a little bit higher than what a Monkey King's is anyway, so he actually does trade advantageously for, you know, it's about simple, it's about even at least. Jingo Mastery is always going to be great, but I'm glad they at least traded hits with Monkey King, better than doing nothing, because he's, either way, Monkey King would be able to sap experience most likely. Maybe not now because he doesn't have Tree Dance, but see how S4 reacts to this.
Jerix setting up again, trying to catch Blink out of position here, but as we know, they do have that ward was kind of set up.
Yeah, he figured it out. It's a little unfortunate for OG that they didn't get that first pass in, but that's because the creep wave spotted him, mostly. Faith Beyond, level 3 here in the off lane. Gonna do his best to get experience, but Fly is nearby, ready to grab some free Treant kills if needed. Oh, he's in a lot of trouble actually. He could take a lot of damage here.
Yeah, he's going to be forced to use the Frostbite to slow down Faith Beyond. That's the hard part. This Crystal Maiden really just cannot stand up to the Nature's Prophet. He can Frostbite one of the Treants and his free CS for him, but the other ones are just going to run at him, which means I don't think he'll really ever be able to get a successful wrap on Faith Beyond.
He did get the stack,
some,
though.
Additional subterfuge.
The stack will allow him to pull the creep wave back at least. S4 is not going to do as well this game for sure in the laning stage. Treant Protector, or Nature's Prophet, sorry, is one of the best for that just because the Treants do so much damage right now, hitting for 32.
I was about to say, even with this pull coming out, I think unless Jerix is able to keep him zoned, Faith Beyond might be able to summon a fresh round of Treants and maybe claim some of these last hits. Oh, that's unfortunate. Hellbear Smash actually catches Fly there. Takes some additional damage onto him. Jerix is being forced back. This early damage to Nature's Prophet with the Blightstone is actually doing a great job of threatening these supports, and let's see if he can use it to scare some of these last hits as well.
And the other issue is Flight's just out of regen already, and that's entirely because of the fact that Jerix went for Orb of Venom first, going for a slightly more greedy item build. So that means that he has to make up for that by buying more support items on Fly, so he's got less regen and runs out faster, and now he can't even feel comfortable walking towards Faith Beyond, who's got boots already. It's a bad spot to be in. Jerix does hit level 2 though, which gives him Nature's Guise, which means he can actually initiate on the Nature's Prophet.
I like that Team Random putting a lot of presence here in this mid lane when it comes to wards. Really want to make sure that Lina has a successful 1v1 matchup. Ice, even though they lost their initial laning ward, replaces it with a higher up cliff ward that will still see those support rotations.
And bringing himself a salve actually at 4 minutes, or probably just wants to save his bottle charges.
Oh, Faith Beyond, did he get a little bit too far out there? Looks like he could be right-click to death, one miss, but a swing from Jerix will bring him low. First blood.
Really nicely done. Jerix with the Quelling Blade as well, he's going to be cutting a lot of sprouts down this game, not to mention the Monkey King. This is like the most value Quelling game ever.
That was a double miss right there. Burnout, Ice going to be forced back. Miss both the tree dance jump as well as the LSA. So Anna getting away scot-free. And gets the rune as well, so he's actually in a pretty decent position despite that attempted gank. He's sitting at a higher CS over Blink as well.
And No Tail's just about the most last hits in the game, 37 on the opposite side. Anti-Mage 41 and 13. So Anti-Mage pretty happy this game. And AM versus Legion, another pretty good matchup here for the AM, obviously, because he just basically is never going to have to worry about Legion having mana. With the Arcane Aura, at least S4 is going to be slightly relieved from that problem, but good luck getting 100 mana.
At the same time, though, right, the Legion Commander has a passive that she can use, so she'll still be able to kind of play out the lane and not be too terribly threatened by the AM, at least not until level 6, right?
That's true. Smoke is used by the 2 OG supports, so it eventually breaks. They were good at first. They passed the Monkey King in the jungle, but they kind of waited on their high ground looking for an opportunity. They didn't want to swing around, because that's usually a very common place for a Monkey King to be, sitting in the trees on the left.
Did you see that? Faith Beyond has hit his level 6 before Anna's Ember Spirit has.
Wow.
So he actually got an ultimate out, knocked Anna down a little bit. Fortunately, did get another rune, so he'll be able to heal up. But they've got that big new, and that does a lot of damage now. You and I were actually talking about it when 7.0 first came in. The initial damage is less, but the bounces, they increase that percentage, right? And it does even more than it used to.
11 extra % per bounce. Pretty solid. Can make a big difference in these early ganks, especially because it's a little unpredictable sometimes for both players, the person using and the person receiving. But there's just so much setup here to kill Andy. Get the slow off. All right, that's going to be a good start. He doesn't have a Quelling either.
Got the chain. Sprout leading into the LSA. An easy kill there. Ice dropping a bit low. Jerix is going to try and finish him off with the lead seed, slowing down Y. Instead, they get the nuke to finish him off from S4. Now goes for the secondary support, but they're losing supports of their own. Fly's already down. Jerix is gone. Fly is able to stay alive, but it's going to be S4 blocked out. Nice plays from Faith Beyond. Beautiful blocking. The Furion is working out beautifully here for Team Random.
Oh, it's just perfect timing on the Sprout. Right when he's about to go into a close-knit area, drops the Sprout so that it's very difficult to click on the correct tree as soon as you need to, and gets the perfect body blocks off afterwards. OG was, even if S4 got that kill, I still wasn't feeling very good about their trade there, but preventing the second kill as well, big advantage for Team Random in the first skirmish.
No Tail has already picked up his armlet, though. Both him and the Animage are essentially getting free farm in their lanes. Both of them sitting above 60 CS in the first 8 minutes of the game. And that is the lovely thing about the Animage, right, is that you kind of feel okay pacing yourself against the Alchemist, right? It deals with that, you know, the pressure that you always talk about, like, oh god, the Alchemist is getting out of control. Animage is good with that, you know? He's going to hit his own time.
And I'm kind of thinking about late game, and OG doesn't even have the best Ags heroes. In fact, the best one on their team might be Tree.
Yeah,
which it's a very good Ags. It definitely changes the game a lot, but we'll see how much it'll matter. I think it could actually be really huge against Monkey King, actually, because it does give you flying vision, if I'm not mistaken. So they should be able to see where he's going if they're a little set up for it.
Yeah, being able to get the entangle from it as well could play out Monkey King quite nicely. They are going to be able to do get the right click there on the tower. Jarex is able to finish him off.
I don't know if they did this on purpose, but No-Tail actually did have Fade Bolt on him, so he might have missed the last hit, but they just let the tree take it down. Biggest base damage, man. He's going in mid, gonna pressure a little. With an Arcane Root, I think he might just be thinking about damage here.
He does have an escape remnant set up as Eyesight shows himself, so he's good to be able to get out. Jarex will head out to the bottom lane now to claim his level 6 while the Legion Commander makes use of the offlane jungle.
And tower defense is definitely a big aspect of this game. Considering that Team Random is going to be able to split push so well with their very mobile heroes between the Prophet, the Monkey King, and the Anti-Mage, making sure that those are all full HP is instrumental to OG better being able to control against that.
Yeah, if we get a successful gank here, for example, from Y and Blink, this pickoff could lead into a Furion fast push, but instead they are not able to get the gank, but they are able to take some of the neutral. Jarex is here, he's going to be able to stop that TP. Blink is unable to get out fast, and now here comes the Ember Spirit. He sees a beautifully lined up kills. He's going to be able to catch Blink. Blink can't even finish off Jarex in time, for the Fate Bolt will get him, but they do get a duel immediately afterwards onto Y, so big wins there for OG as Team Random overextend themselves.
That was actually so unlucky for Team Random, though. By the time they go to the high ground, they see that Legion is there. He actually used overwhelming odds previously to nuke the stacked camp, and as a result, he was really fast and was able to run away. Without that, they might have just killed him right off the bat, bursted him down, and started TPs before OG could respond. So, a little bit of luck there going in OG's favor.
Crowd out. No talent, some serious trouble here, but it looks like the living armor plus the armlet is going to be enough to protect him.
He quelling the wrong tree. I was a little worried for him there. Seems to be a reoccurring situation. He's going to shrine here. Get his HP back up and hit up the jungle.
He's closing in on that relic fast.
Yeah. I mean, he's got almost as many last hits as them. He's only 3 behind. That's incredible, actually. Safe lane out, because that's the solution. Don't let him get pressured. Just give him a really safe tri lane. Low chance of dying.
And Team Random haven't taken a tower yet. Not even close. So it's not even like they're getting any map control during this timing where the Alchemist is trying to finish up his Radiance. Kind of feeling like this, they're just not really hitting their timings, you know? They've got the Lina, they've got the Furion. We talked about how they could bring these heroes in, get kills, turn it into a tower push real quickly with the Treants. It's not even like Treant Protector can actually protect the tower against that many sources of damage, really, but they just are not connecting with the ganks.
Yeah, they have to get the kills first before they can take buildings. So Prophet's going to be great at hitting towers, but only if OG's not around, especially the heroes he has to worry about is maybe a Blink Dagger Legion or Ember Spirit or a tree setting up the initiation. Innocence did grab Fire Remnant, so he's going to be able to initiate, but I think he's going to get caught here maybe.
Y, he's already dead in the mid lane. Innocence, Y is able to get himself away. Immediate TPs from the Treant Protector. Actually canceling that one out. It looks like the telekinesis from Y is able to put a stop to that one. Jarex runs his way along the tree. Should be good. Breaking trees. Y, you gonna be able to... Oh, he revealed him again. Can they actually kill him in this short window? It looks like they should be able to. They've got the burst damage. And they stole living armor. That is a big win. Excellent play from Y.
Yeah, pressured them just hard enough, and while they were attempting that, they also brought out a dust. Nobody on Team Random there had any detection. So if Jarex actually just stayed in Viz, bought himself a little bit more time, and then got back to the main tree clumps, he would have been all right. But a little bit too pressured. The pressure was on, and he got scared and lost his Nature's Guise.
I was kind of wondering, like, why the Rubik? I didn't really feel super good about it, but I guess if you take that living armor, sort of offsets this very unique advantage that the Treant Protector gives you. Now both sides are going to have this healing mechanism for the towers.
Yeah, it's definitely going to pay off here, but the towers aren't that low at the moment, so he will definitely upset some chip damage for sure, but may not be the perfect solution. If anything, it's going to matter more in little ganks that happen. So OG's a little damage weak right now. Crystal Maiden's pretty heavily into Aura, for example. Treant Protector doesn't output that much damage. It could actually turn some ganks here.
Push coming out in the bottom lane while Anna goes toe-to-toe with the Anti-Mage.
Trying to slow things down a little bit. They do see the Treants. Maybe. But Nature's Prophet actually TP'd all the way back. And he actually sidestepped from the Bracer into the Midas, and now we'll go back for the Drum, which I think is the right move. Like you said, their tempo feels different. It feels off, not necessarily what they want. So prioritizing the damage or the farm items a little bit more than the team fight gank items. And he's actually going for the damage perk. We've seen a lot of Prophets go health recently. So maybe we'll see some big damage from Nature's Prophet in the mid game.
Battle Fury now complete for the Anti-Mage at the same time as the Radiance is picked up for No Tail. And with that Radiance, I don't think there's too many ways for Team Random to be able to fight this. So it looks like this could just be safe lane towers being traded off, or maybe not even traded off, because they're taking this bottom tower so quickly, they can actually get up top and stop Shadow from taking that tier 1 there.
They're doing a great job delaying this with Living Armor, though. This is the second Living Armor, this one going with the Glyph, so that probably bought them at least 6 to 8 seconds, which is huge here. No Tail doesn't have a TP, though. And one thing he's lacking, which means he can't go to defend top. Will OG go there to defend, or maybe they'll think about rotating into mid to pressure? The Treants will spot them out. They do catch an Observer Ward as well. They're scanning up. Yeah, I think they're just going to let top go. It's a little too dangerous from the show blade.
Which means Team Random, if they want to be able to protect their mid, are going to have to move pretty quickly here. They want to be set up before OG is already on top of the tower. They've got a nice little ward here to the side. Beginning to wrap around. S4 is real close to his Blink Dagger too after them taking that tower.
He does get Chemical Rage on Rubik, which will help him stay alive, but yeah, OG's going to play it safe here. They've got really good ways to keep whoever is initiated on safe. Press the attack, Living Armor will be great. But they're going to go back to playing a little standard. I think this is the right move. By killing 2 of their opponent's towers, they've opened up the jungle a lot, which means that they can very likely use their amazing catch against Anti-Mage to possibly get some kills right now. So I think maybe they should move into the enemy jungle. They've got tons of sentries. They've got Observer Wards down. That's what they should be looking for.
Lina with Fresh Fuel. Scepter tries to catch Anna. Nice dodge using the Sleight of Fist, though.
That was really dangerous, actually. If they caught him, very high chance he dies there. Because it will remove Flame Guard. That's 500 less magic damage you have to do. BOT's first for him, so it's all going to be about Treant Protector looking for kills, or Legion Commander looking for kills, and backup coming from maybe Alchemist plus Ember Spirit. I think that's the goal here for OG.
Yeah, Legion Commander especially is a great setup, right? Because it's such a long duration hold that the Ember Spirit timing of the Boots of Travel won't be that bad.
It's going to be so easy to combo too. 4 seconds of Duel, followed up by Frostbite or Searing Chains, or get 2 of those together and make a big impact. So they're going to start pushing out the lane. Jarex is going to be the one to do so. And all of a sudden, everybody on OG group into the mid lane. Looking smoke-like to me. Crystal Maiden's holding one. I don't think the Observer Ward spotted them all being there either.
No Tail will be the one to push it out, while the 3-man crew smokes up and looks for their first reveal of the Blink Dagger on S4.
Oh, this is so greedy, but awesome. Like, it's just so obvious. No Tail's baiting, clearly. They're not even close. They're looking for kills in the jungle where they think somebody might be jungling, like a AM or something. Doesn't work out, though. They do get spotted by random.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They're going to try and save this mid tower. They throw out another Acid Spray. MH is in the neighborhood. He's farming nearby, so he can really be there if a fight does break out. Doesn't look like OG are going to force it, though.
Yeah, Prophet uses his ultimate as well, probably to push out lanes. They didn't feel ready to deal with that. But that was a lot of free damage, really, considering that the health was so low.
He can catch Jarex here. He's actually got a dust. He does a lot of damage. Phase move. Doesn't actually have the Blightstone out there. Jarex uses the ultimate to try and TP away, but gets stopped by Ice Ice with the Boundless Strike.
3 more seconds. That's
Dust
really close,
is just not going to last long enough, but maybe Anna can actually take something out of this one. He actually bursts down the tree, so Ice Ice was stunned up for a while. Won't be able to lifesteal enough. The Furion dies as well, and that's really all that Jarex needed. Didn't need to survive, just buy enough time to be able to kill those 2 other heroes. Get some rebuttal. Mid lane, there's a rebuttal for you. Blink takes the life of the Crystal Maiden.
definitely a solid kill, but the fact that Anna as well as the Alchemist were able to get there in time is really valuable. Dead Nature's Prophet, that guy farms really fast. And a dead Monkey King, no one's scouting, no one's setting up pushes, no one's split pushing. OG gets to prep for the push mid once again, and I imagine OG may do a mass TP there. No, they're just going to play a little safe. No need to go out of control here.
Rune of illusion.
Yeah, OG have just played this, I would say, pretty slow, just because of the fact they don't need to like really push these rounds, right? And it's an opportunity you take, you can get it, but as it is, they're pretty happy with the way they're farming in the Alchemist and the Amber Spirit.
He's got Chemical Rage again, but the tower's getting real low.
Use the glyph, buy some time. The Animage is pushing out bottom lane right now. Beginning to wrap around, but
tower has fallen.
Team Random just not feeling comfortable with taking a fight.
They did bring a lot of heroes to that, so kind of a big loss, really. The Lina looked like she wanted to swing around, but it was just a couple seconds too late. Too much damage being done there. Jarek's sitting by the last tree remaining here. Oh, this could be huge.
Blink the stun, gets caught by the bash. Now Anna's going to be able to follow that one up. Blink has the Yule Scepter, but there's really not much he can do to stop this one. Now Ice Heist has been found by S4 as well. He managed to Quelling Blade down the tree, gets the duel. An additional kill for OG. They timed the score 8-8. With the net worth and the experience, at least the net worth anyway, does seem to be in favor of the Alchemist team. Kind of surprised the experience so heavily. And yeah, it's like the gold is not that much in the favor of the Alchemist team, and the experience is in the favor of Team Random. I'm a little bit surprised they've been playing this more efficiently than OG has, considering their Boots of Travels.
Yeah, I think they're just spread out across the map a little bit better. OG's spent a lot of effort either trying to set up ganks or to cover Alchemist and Ember. Like, Ember's just barely ahead of what the Lina is at, for example. And I feel like Legion Commander's not the fastest farmer either, especially because he's been looking for a lot of kill setups. I think OG's definitely on the right trajectory, but Random's doing a great job keeping up with the farm.
The Manta's up. Is this one of those go times? Kind of like when you pick up the Alchemist Radiance and you take a tower. Do you think they want to use this Animage aggressively, or is Team Random still okay with just kind of biding their time?
I thought you were talking about the Alch. They both just got Manta, actually.
Oh, well.
And that's the hard part, right? Even if they can catch the Alchemist, he's now got a way to remove a more simple disable. Yeah. Not that there's very many of them. It's basically all just nukes, but the bigger thing is they're going to be able to scout opponents with the illusions. He's going to be able to split push lanes. It kind of just offsets a lot of what the Prophet provides. Jarek's thinking about landing a stun of Faith Beyond, but he's got to wait for more to get there. Maybe not.
Jump for now with the Blink Dagger, but they do have the setup. Nice! Double Boundless Strike. They're going to be able to follow that out with the Monkey King Ultimate. Telekinesis into the Alchemist. Now the Yule Scepter. He's going to come back down and stun himself, but nice use of the Manta. Animate jumps forward, pops the Manta himself in order to get rid of that disable from the chains. Monkey King still scouting out some of these heroes. S4 is on top of line, but Shadow's there to be able to protect his supports. Now the jump in from Ice Ice in the back line, immediately jumps back into the trees, but they caught Shadow. They did manage to get that dual damage too right before the Laguna Blade came in. Shadow is a big time kill, and now OG can try and run over the rest of Team Random, pushing into that tier 2 tower.
That was a very dangerous fight for OG. Who knew that the Manta was most needed against No-Tail's own stun? Because if he would have gotten stunned by that, that fight might have just been lost by OG. That would have been like a 4-second stun on himself within Monkey King Ultimate. That would have been really bad for OG, but dodges the stun. They're able to work around fights just long enough to finally get the good duel off and enough damage to kill Shadow on the anti-mage. That was a big fight for OG.
Tier 2 down, Octarine closing in for No-Tail. That is the completion of the Rat build. Spam out those Manta, Radiance, Illusions. Go to town, farming the whole entire map. Now, fortunately, Team Random do have a lot of mobility themselves to match the Boots of Travel pickups of OG, so they've got the Animage moving all over the map, dealing with these split pushes, the Furion able to TP wherever they want, and then they've got this kind of like 3-man kill squad between the Monkey, Rubik, and the Lina. But we really haven't seen much of this Lina so far.
Yeah, I mean, he's gone for some Yule's combos, but the times that they did happen, OG was able to avoid them, which is definitely why very likely to die here, unless they're aiming for Shadow instead. He's got Manta, so he can get out of it. But
first in snare, fly, ready to follow that one up. Shadow very carefully holding onto his Manta until the follow-up is there. Didn't quite get there. Why does Manta get the telekinesis onto No-Tail, slowing him down just a little bit? Gets a little bit of unstable concoction action there as well, but Blink, he's been caught. That's even worse. They lose a core. Can they get an extra one? Fate Beyond can't even get the TP out. Slowed down by Anna. Duel to follow that one up. Did they notice Ice Ice? They did with a slight. He's now has to jump himself away. Might not be able to escape, but OG, they say no sense in chasing a Monkey King. Let's just take another tier 2.
This is looking so good for OG now. The fact that they win another big team fight, and they had anti-mage retreating to the left. That was the best part about it, because they pressured the AM runs left, and they engaged on heroes on the right. AM's not there when the actual big part of the fight actually started. So no 5v5 there for Random, and they get wiped again. 3 dead heroes.
Anti-Mage actually has so much like limited map to be able to farm away, because these tier 1s are still up, right? So he can't go for these deep split pushes like you normally like to do. They have also lost a lot of towers and a lot of ground, a lot of aggressive vision down there from OG. So this AM is kind of feeling scared and not really comfortable with the amount of space he has. He's getting very claustrophobic.
Yeah, not to mention Alchemist is always pushing the lanes in. And there's so many hero counters. If he gets overgrowth, he's disabled for a long time. The Manta is obviously a huge help, but he still has to play safe. You saw how long Fly waited. It's the right move, but it's so dangerous. If they catch the right one, or if they land you with a stun right after you Manta, oh, they do kill Anna finally.
And it goes down. S4 also going to be a little bit caught here. Ice Ice throws out his ultimate. Doesn't want a chance getting dueled and dying to S4. So that was a little bit of extra insurance. Now with Fate Beyond here with the Deso damage, just not nearly enough to get that extra kill. So still, killing Anna, big time win. What can Team Random really do with that, though? That's what I'm seeing. Is like OG, they lose a hero sometimes, but it's not like Team Random can really claim much. All it does is just buy Shadow more time to farm.
And it feels like you have to kill both of them. You have to kill the Alchemist and you have to kill the Ember Spirit, because both of these guys can move around split pushing very fast. Obviously, No-Tail a little stronger at it, but definitely both a threat. And in the meantime, look at this. Faith Beyond, tons of farm, but he's also at threat of being killed. Any of these guys can TP. TP on Alchemist could come at the creep wave. Ember is probably the one they want, though. He's way more mobile, and he's got a Blink Dagger. Here comes.
To travel up the top lane. Jerix begins to try and slow down Faith Beyond. There goes the Sprout out. Jerix threatening the ultimate, but Anna's here now. They don't manage to get the chains. Now the follow-up ultimate will be able to stop that TP out from Faith Beyond. And all that gold is just kind of being fed right back into the OG members.
This is Treant used to perfection, basically. Scout things out, get the follow-up. It really works well. Oh, the blink on No-Tail.
Picked up by No-Tail, results in an easy kill on the Lina. 50 seconds there. That's got to be a Roshan.
And that is not an expected item for Alk, but amazing usage there. There's a lot of heroes that are actually really easy to kill if you get on top of them, stunned, and right-click away. And the blink lets you do that. It's also going to max out his item build faster, which probably means it's Axe time pretty soon.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I feel like he's even going to give the Aegis to Ember Spirit, most likely. I just don't feel like killing Alk is very possible right now.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to drop his items either. All these are great.
Anna can just be super aggressive when they do go for that high ground, trying to get a backline kill, like the Lina, for example. So he grabs the Aegis, picks up a regen rune for his troubles as well. Got plenty of initiation, plenty of kill power. And Team Random are struggling when it comes to the damage and control department. Like, they might be able to blow up like one hero, but I'm struggling to see how this Animage can really win out a big team fight against OG.
So one of the big negatives of Nature's Prophet is what happened last time. It's just very easy to get caught.
Oh, missed the Boundless Strike. A nice blink back there from S4. Now the rest of OG are all here. They can pop the Manta. Do manage to jump himself away. Ice! Oh, no! He jumps over to grab Shadow, and in the process knocks down the tree. The dual win against Shadow is the big-time kill, though. He's down for 70 seconds, and S4 up to 58 dual victory damage now. This is going to be a third core when we start pushing this to late game, if we even get there.
Yeah, he's not farming that amazingly, but that's because he's spending a lot of time going for setups like this, and 58 dual damage really pays off heavily. I didn't even try to catch the Monkey King in that last fight, by the way. That was full accident.
Yeah, he was just like throwing out that remnant, it just happened to chop down the tree.
They just have so many good ways to deal with the random heroes. And at this point, Nature's Prophet just doesn't feel useful either. Gets killed by almost anything. The ultra mobility of OG, the blink on Ember, the blink on Alchemist, the initiations from Treant Protector. It's difficult for them to stabilize. They do spot Monkey King on the backline though. Oh, they miss the Searing though.
I say jump forward. Still though, that tier 3 is at half health, and they cannot afford a buyback on the enemy. It just can't work. He's going to be too slowed down on his farms. So N0tail sees the opportunity to jump forward, does manage to catch Fly. Monkey King lays out his ultimate, but Fly's immediately going to address him with an ultimate of his own. Lays out the freezing fields, and they do manage to get the duel in there as well. 3 more seconds till the animation's back up. OG may not be able to claim this melee rack, but they are going to try. 3 versus 5, Team Random. Can they possibly be able to put a stop to this one? Shadow going to get bashed up by Jarek, slowed down. LSA, complete whiff there. Jarek gets a really good ult in the back line. Blink going to be target here as Anna jumps forward, managed to finish him off. Almost Yule Scepter protecting for the time being, but Blink still goes down. Shadow has to blink backwards. A buyback now from the Fury on Faith Beyond, trying desperately to put a stop to this push on the melee racks, but now Shadow's been caught. Held in, Blink forward once again by N0tail. They're trying to get Shadow, but he blinks away. He does manage to get back to the fountain, heals himself up with it. That space does create enough time for them to be able to take that melee racks and might even be able to get the range. Monkey King looks for some sort of extra pick off. The OG members retreat. Faith Beyond, he is going to be able to get a sprout on the Jarek's.
He's got to get out of here. He's got the gem. He's really fast now, though.
He's got the movement speed to get out.
He does. He's got the gold perk as well. Level 15 on him, and how much money does Alk have? Is that where the party comes? There's a point booster queued up. It's Ags time. Who's going to get it? It's got to be.
It's got to be Tree.
It's got to be Tree. Legion Commander is one of those Ags that.
Whoa, Ice, what you doing here, buddy? Challenges Anna, runs into Fly, as well as S4 in the process.
Huh. All right.
Well, this is the moment desperation really starts kicking in, right? Team Random feel like they need to do something because the inevitable end game scenario of OGs coming in fast. And mistakes are bound to happen.
It's ready to go. Let's see where the trees go first. It looks like Roche will be the first one they put down, perhaps. He's making a decision on it. Where do I want to see for a very long time? And the fact that they're ahead with this as well is just amazing. Because if you're behind, your opponents can afford a gem, lots of wards. It can be a little tough sometimes to get the perfect impact, but dropping the tree in a position like this, look how common that spot is moved. Anytime they farm Ancients, anytime they walk from mid to go to the medium camps, they're going to see it coming.
Blink, managed to get the unstable concoction. Nice man to dodge there from Shadow. Oh, S4 almost got the duel there. Might still be able to get it, or at least the ensnare. Maybe Anna got him right before the blink. Now a bash on S4 stops the duel for a moment, but it is a momentary respite. That is all. Animage still goes down, completes his Vanguard before he dies, but that is still 70 seconds of no defense from Team Random. Another tier 2, sure to fall.
Jarek's continuing to put free wards all over the map. As long as he keeps these away from towers, I don't even know if Random's going to know where they are. Not to get detection of their own, but they just don't have the money to get the gem right now. They can't spot the Treant. They can't even push out the lanes super successfully. The only time Faith Beyond's out this far is because all of the OG heroes just showed top and got killed.
This Blink Tagger has been super successful from N0tail. I like the way that OG are playing this one out with double bots and double blink.
I liked it on both heroes. Anna especially has set a little bit earlier pressure on the map, but N0tail's as well. Didn't see it coming, gets a big kill on Alina, and all of a sudden it just felt like Random is shut down. They can't get a grasp of this. They were the underdog coming into this, but they took it so close here. They can still win this. They just have to get a good team fight. Low mana, maybe?
Tail stunned up by his own stable concoction. Nice Manta out of the Sprout, though. A quick retreat out of the Monkey King ultimate, and he will survive. That would have been such a big kill. Now they just kind of have to wait for this Monkey King ultimate. Tail and stable concoction queued up. Yule Scepter to dodge, but Faith Beyond still going to be caught in the process. And it looks like Blink can't manage to make it out. LSA hits on 2, but now a duel on his Shadow. They can't afford to lose their Animage. What a beautiful boundless strike. And a telekinesis follow up. They're actually stunning all these heroes. They need the big ultimate to finish this one up. And in the back, Fly's dead. Here comes the ultimate. It's not enough to finish off Anna. Shadow didn't have that much mana. Burns in out now. Shadow's going to be caught. He doesn't have to blink away. He's dead. 80 seconds. No buybacks coming up from Team Random. There is no way that Blink can do enough damage, can he? It's not. GG is called.
5 dead heroes. OG just wins it. It looked so close at the end. That unstable concoction from Innocent stunned 4 heroes with the Boundless Strike, but they needed a big mana void right there, and they just couldn't get it off.
Team Random kept the series competitive, managing to take that game 2, but OG, they turn up the heat with a classic OG Alchemist.